Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video today I want to put my view and my thought on the current issue of Apostle Johnson Suleman. This man has been in the news for as long as I can remember, maybe like since I started hearing so much about him, from maybe since 4 years or thereabouts, when one lady, Stephanie Tobo, came out with the allegation of having an affair with him, and then him impregnating her. And okay, for those who do not know, Apostle Johnson Suleman is one of the pastors in Nigeria. He calls himself an apostle. I use the word he called because of recently the things I've heard in the news about this man. To me, does not qualify him to appear that name. Anyway, so that Johnson Suleman, and then Stephanie Otobo happens to be a lady that lives in Canada. Sometime about approximately 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, she was in the news and she was accusing this man of she stated that she was having an affair with this man, and then in the course of the affair she got pregnant by this pastor, and then somehow the man lured her to Nigeria and then met her somewhere, I don't know, maybe in a hotel or something, gave her something to drink, and then the next thing she woke up, realized she was bleeding. Apparently she lost the pregnancy. So, and the reason why I'm making this video today is just, you know, this video today is mainly going to focus, I'll talk a little bit about this Johnson Suleman, but I want to first of all address the Pastor Johnson Suleman's wife. Yes, why I want to I will touch the angle of his wife in this particular video. And the reason why I want to touch his wife issue in this video is because like I said, I read this story about this man and this Stephanie Otobo 4 years ago, and then when the story came out, you know, the lady was making her allegations and there were a lot of things that were happening, and then I saw a video. The Apostle Johnson Suleman's wife eventually came out and made a video where she was claiming, apparently, when Stephanie Otobo's story broke, when she came out with her allegation, then this man, Apostle Johnson Suleman, you know, tried to convince people that this lady in question was actually paid by one of the governors in one of the northern states, because there was a comment he made then that he felt the man was trying to use that to pull him down. So allegedly, he claimed that it was that governor that actually paid this girl to come tarnish his image. So a lot of things came up. And then in the process, even though the girls, honestly speaking, from the first day that I saw this girl, I personally believed her story. Her story sounded so real because she gave very detailed story, detailed account of everything that happened between her and the Apostle Johnson Suleman. She gave the date, she gave timing, she gave location, she gave everything detailed. She called names of real people who are living. So after her allegation, and then at some point, you know, I understood that she was, because remember the man, pastor, lured her, according to her, gave her the impression that he wants her to come down to Nigeria, he was going to marry her, divorce his wife, and a lot of stories, and then brought her here. So eventually, that was after she told the man that she was pregnant for him. So after the whole situation, from the whole thing, and eventually at some point, this girl started laying claims when she realized that she has lost the baby from the incidents of whatever the man gave her and that she drank and whatever. So she lost the baby, and then she started making claims. She wanted to be paid for damages. So in the course of the whole thing, I listened to the video of this Pastor Johnson Suleman's wife, because at some point she came out and she made a video. The video is on YouTube. You can check it out. She says she's a Dr. Lizzy Johnson Suleman. And there were some salient points, something that really got me, that made me want to make this video 4 years after, concerning her, with regards to whatever accusation that was leveled at her husband. She made a comment. She said she told the world, whoever that cares to listen. When I say told the world, because when you are making a video that is going on YouTube, you are basically addressing the world. So she said in that video, sorry, I'm trying to position this thing very well. So she said in her video that she's a very intelligent woman, that she's very smart. First of all, she was trying to say that she does not believe anything that comes. She was going with the same narrative, narrative that her husband gave, insisting that it was that governor that paid the girl to do whatever the girl did. And she was saying that she believed that because that she's been with her husband for 19 years, that she knows the man very well, and that she's a very intelligent woman. I think she claimed that she was is it a graphic artist, or I don't know, I can't remember what she said she specialized in. She said something that she's a very intelligent woman, and if you're a very intelligent woman, very smart, a genius like her, you should be able to know when your husband is misbehaving, when your husband is having an affair, doing something that he's not supposed to be doing, that every sensible, smart, intelligent woman is supposed to know. So based on that, her analysis, she was trying to convince herself that she is intelligent enough to know that her husband it's not possible that her husband was having an affair with that Stephanie Otobo. Okay, fast forward 4 years ago to today. The question I came to ask today, Dr. Lizzy Suleman, fast forward from the time you made that video till today, it ended up not just being Stephanie Otobo. Now, since then to today, many, when I say many, several women, a lot of women have come out to accuse your husband of the same thing that Stephanie Otobo accused your husband of. In fact, it was not your accusations against your husband has gone beyond just with women, including boys, men that were living in your house. You know the people I'm talking about. Moses and Israel, or whatever their name is, that was living with you. A lot has happened. The ones that the man arrested, and they saw that he brought a lot of things. Fast forward from 4 years ago to today, a lot of women have been coming out. Just yesterday, there was at this point, there's a court case against your husband, Madam Intelligence and Smartness, about your husband with something with the same thing, his escapades with women, with regards to a minor in the United Kingdom. And from my understanding, that case is on. And in the process of the whole thing, Madam Smartness, your husband decided to sue a blogger who carried the whole news. He went to court, he lost in the court. And then he started, basically what I'm trying to say is that all this while, 4 years till now, a lot of this thing, starting from that Stephanie Otobo, it's not snowballed into one accusation or the other, one intimidation or the other, one bragging or another, one silly comment, stupid comment or the other. Your husband, Mr. Apostle Johnson Suleman, has been in the news incessantly from one thing or the other, all of them negative. Okay, you said there that Stephanie Otobo was paid, and you are smart enough, intelligent enough to know. But Dr. Lizzy Johnson Suleman, 4 years after, I'm asking the question now, because a lot of other women, if you said then that it was the governor at Aerofy that paid Stephanie Otobo, then who paid the rest of the girls that has been coming out, including the 13-year-old, the then 13-year-old, because from what I understand, the girl is no longer 13 now. I think she was a minor when this incident happened, when your husband sexually abused the girl. Now the girl, that's allegedly, is still an allegation. Now, fast forward, so many girls, So many, they are not hiding their faces. All these girls, they are none of them is hiding their faces. Most of them are coming out. Most of them are speaking. Some of them are saying, Carrie, your husband has a lot of girls that are pregnant for him outside your home. Some are pregnant. Some of them with a lot of things. And I ask you, Madam Smartness and Intelligence, 4 years after, what is going on? Two things. Is either you were part of everything that your husband is doing, or you are not as intelligent as you claim to be. Because if you are as you claim to be, you would have known that it is no longer about Stephen Otobo. Look at how the man, you say you are so smart and intelligent enough to know that he's an amazing man, he is awesome, he's this, he's that. Look at it, 4 years from the time you made that senseless video you made till today. Look at what has been happening. Look at what your husband has been doing to women. Look at what that man you call your husband, you call your papa, your apostle, your whatever, mini God, has been doing to women, abusing women, doing everything he's been doing. I ask you again, where is your intelligence? Where is your smartness? And another question I want to ask you, is your husband the only pastor in Nigeria? Why is Apostle Suleman the only man whose story is all over the place? Every time is always one thing or the other. If not bragging about having 4 private jets, he's bragging about how he will make people disappear. He's bragging about how he's a dangerous man. He's bragging about this, bragging about that, cursing people, insulting people at the altar, opening his mouth to tell the world that the father is always right. Forgetting the passion of the Bible that said that parents should not provoke their children to wrath. And that is what that man has done, provoking people to wrath. And when you provoke your children to wrath, they will definitely question you. They will not just question you, but they will fight you. 4 years after, Lizzy Johnson Suleman, I ask you, are you part of what your husband is doing? Or has everything suddenly taken you unawares? That your smartness has jumped out of the window suddenly? Look, it's always important for us to understand something. That when we do what we do, people are watching and people are seeing. Oftentimes the words that comes out of our mouth is always what ensnares us. No wonder the Bible says, the same Bible that you read, that I read, says that the power of life and death lies in the tongue. Before you came out to make that news, I always tell women this. Most times, and this goes to men also, most times when somebody comes to you and tell you, see, I think your husband is doing this, or I think your wife is doing this, most times they're not saying it because they want to break your home. Oftentimes, as a sensible person, smart, intelligent person, the first thing you have to do is to put your eyes down and watch things and try to know if what you have been told is true. But coming out right outrightly to say, I don't believe this is possible, I don't believe this is possible, at the end of the day, you end up making a fool of yourself. Because from what I see right now, that is exactly what Dr. Lizzy, Pastor Johnson Suleman, has done to herself. She has completely made a fool of herself, as much as her husband, who is going around disgracing himself, paying the world, making himself available to turning himself to public ridicule. Because that is what he has done. I watched different bloggers, different papers that carry this news. Look at the way people who ordinarily wouldn't have insulted this man is raining insults on him. And to tell you the truth, he bought the insults for himself. And the insults are not going away. Except that man learns how to keep his mouth shut, apologize to all the people that he has offended, and face what he claims he has called to do. If truly that man is a true man of God, let him face what he has come to do. Let him stop being in the news for all the negative things. That man thinks and unfortunately, he has managed so well to brainwash so many people that people are still fighting for this man, even with everything that is happening around him. I don't blame him though, because he is very good at it. You watch him at the altar, his eloquence is out of this world. He uses intimidation. See, recently he made a preaching that's been going viral, telling people that how did he put it? that correcting somebody higher than you is an act of rebellion. This is an indirect way of stop, intimidating people. I call this bullying. You stay in the altar and you bully people, telling them that you have no right to talk to me because I'm higher than you. Where is that written? Where did he get that philosophy from? That you cannot correct people at the top. That the Father is always right. So it's like telling his members and whoever that cares to listen to him, I am always right. You don't have any rights to question what I do. And probably, I'm just saying probably the same way he's intimidating everyone else around him. Probably he uses the same technique or whatever it is he's using to intimidate his wife. That's why that one cannot even come out to say something sensible. That your husband is going around messing women up, getting himself involved with all these women, and you as a woman, and you have daughters, I believe, because I don't know how many children he has, but I believe he has a daughter, or at least daughters. You have them. How would you feel if people do to your children what your husband is doing to other women? How would you feel? I just want to address this issue. And honestly speaking, it baffles me how at this point in time that somebody like that man is still doing what he's doing in Nigeria and he's getting away with it. He's still doing what he's doing and he's getting away with it. Every Sunday people still sit under the administration of this man to listen to what exactly. I asked that question before and I'm still asking that question. What exactly does this man preach to people who listen to him? What exactly does he preach to people? Anyway, I'm going to make a different video addressing the issue of Suleman and Maureen Badejo. And by the way, I just want to give that woman kudos. She is a very brave, smart woman. And I want to appreciate her for what she's doing. Like saying, I just love the way the whole world rallied around her to show this man that UK is not Nigeria. Because if it were here, that's her case with Maureen Badejo, it would have been a different story today. But I thank God the way it turned out. He was disgraced and his disgrace will keep coming, except that man repents. So I give kudos to Maureen Badejo and the likes of her who are brave enough to stand up for people like this. And as many that have the truth about what this man is doing, people need to come up with it. This is exactly the way the Me Too movement in America started. When people think they can use their high position to intimidate people. It takes one person to speak and you begin to see others. Me Too, it happened to me. That's how the Me Too movement came to be. It's unfortunate that you, Dr. Lizzy, I know at some point in time, even if you don't watch this video today, even if you watch it tomorrow, the next 3 years, you hear this, I'm telling you today. It's so unfortunate that you came out to make that comment for you many years after. This is how the whole thing has snowballed. So that means eventually, you don't even know the man you think you know. You don't even know him. Because if you truly know him and you're truly smart the way you claim, probably you would have known that all these ones too are happening, or maybe this one shouldn't have happened. You thought it was going to stop with Stephen Otobo. But look at it. Look at it. Look at how it's coming. Look at how it's coming. And this is a warning to most women. When you hear things like that, even men alike, when somebody tells you, look at what my husband did, look at what your husband is doing, people have the courage to come tell you. They're not telling you to break your home. They're telling you to put your eyes on the ground and watch this man. Don't claim. Some people do even with their children. They tell you, oh, your children did that. Say it's not possible. My child cannot do it. At the end of the day, the case will come and you see korokoro that your child actually did what they said you can do. You can never vouch for anybody. You can never vouch for anybody. And she was speaking with so much authority in her that she is this. I saw the pictures, they are photoshopped because I'm an expert in this. Madam Expert, you don't see them now. You don't see them now where the whole thing has landed. Anyway, this is just how I felt about this thing. And I feel like I need to just talk about it. As always, whatever it's your opinion concerning this, you can always leave it at the comment section. With this, I will say thank you for watching. Bye-bye.